You're listening to the Big Shaw Sports Report on Northeast Streaming Sports.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to today's podcast. I hope everyone is having a great day today. But before I get started on today's show, let's keep a good friend of mine in y'all prayers today. Mr. Bobby Hicks, keep him in y'all prayers today, everybody. He has some bad news, so very good guy, very very great guy. He's a Dallas Cowboys fan, but very great guy. So just keep him in your prayers for the news he got today. So let's just get into some sports. We have college football is being played right now. The Grambling Tigers and Jackson State, with Deion Sanders, he's coaching. Last time I checked, Jackson State was up 27-21. I love college football, but I hadn't got a chance to see Jackson State play yet. They're playing Grambling right now. I'm going to give y'all the scores later, to all the sports scores that's going on right now. But let's talk about one of the biggest stories, biggest headlines right now in all of sports, college sports. It's just taking over the airways right now. Les Miles and LSU, the situation that happened at LSU seems crazy, because the AD wanted to fire Les Miles, but other people said no. So his job is saved because he tried to do the right thing. So I think everybody that had anything to do with the situation that happened at LSU, everybody should have been fired. Everybody, because this went on for way too long. I'm not worried about, like I told somebody last night, I'm not worried about why it took so long. We don't know why it took so long. The thing is, it's in the light now. One thing about it, you got to listen to this. Whatever is done in the dark will come to light. So it doesn't matter how long it takes. It doesn't matter. LSU should have done the right thing. They should have fired him. I think the NCAA, they need to step in as well and start holding people accountable. Now it's time to stop picking sides. It's time to stop. It's LSU. LSU is a big school. Everybody wants to go to LSU. LSU is a powerhouse. LSU is a great school. A lot of big names came from this school. Now LSU has a black eye. It has a black eye. What else is going to start coming out now? This is big. This is nothing small. This is no joke. This is no game. This is serious. People are about to start losing their jobs. And that's why the NCAA needs to step in and handle this, because obviously LSU swept it under the rug and left it alone. Now, Joe Paterno, he did what he did. He didn't report anything. We've seen what happened to Penn State. It got rocked. Baylor, it got rocked. LSU, they're for them to get rocked. This is not over by a long shot. This is just getting started. But my thing is, the biggest thing I have is, why did the other people say no to the hiring? That should have gave the AD off the top. Why are they saying no to this? What's going on? But again, like I said, everybody should be fired. No administrative leave. They should be fired. But we know sometimes, not all the time, when you go on administrative leave without pay, I think the two people at LSU, they're on administrative leave. Everyone should be fired. I know Kansas Jayhawks is not a big football school. If you ever been to Kansas, Kansas is more of basketball. Kansas is a basketball powerhouse. It's not going to look bad on Kansas as much, but when Kansas did their due diligence, looking at Les Miles, LSU didn't tell them about this. They did not. If they did, I don't think Kansas would have hired him because they was swept under the rug because of the buddy system. I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Now it came to the light. I think it's coming from me, but I think Les Miles will get fired. I really do. Because what's next? I've seen an article saying his lawyer, Les Miles' lawyer, said it's unfair. It's not unfair. Kansas is doing what they were supposed to do. Suspend them first, okay? Then do your research, do your investigation, and find out what's really going on. But they did. They have everything that they need. And it's more stuff coming out. So I'm telling you, I think Kansas will fire him. And again, I spoke about this last night. People think I'm crazy and I'm nuts. Look what happened in Baylor. Look what happened in Penn State. I'm not going to count Ole Miss. Coach Freeze, his was prostitutes, but still the same thing. This is big. This is, again, LSU is not a small school. LSU is not little bitty. LSU is there. That is, when you come into Baton Rouge, the first thing you see is the stadium. It's like, because it's that big. It's very important here in the state of Louisiana. College football is life. LSU is the life of the party here. So now, with the black eye they have, how would that look for recruits coming in next season? We don't know the young lady's situation that she was in. Maybe she was scared. Maybe she was afraid to come out. Maybe she picked the right time to come out with this. So hopefully things don't get too bad. But like they say, when it's one, normally it's always something else coming behind it. So I don't want to say it, but I will. This is going to hurt LSU real bad. It happens to everybody, but it takes a while to come back from something like this. But again, if you know, and if you know what's going on, sometimes you have to tell. Sometimes not telling is worse. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad if they told something first. If this would have just came out when it happened, it wouldn't have been so bad. Yeah, Les Miles would have got fired, of course, in LSU. We're talking about LSU now. He would have got fired if it would have came out off the top. And the two guys that's in it, I think they're guys, they would have got fired for not reporting it. I'm telling you, it's worse to hide it. It's worse. But anyway, let's get off that subject. I want to get into some college basketball scores. I was asked, can I touch college basketball a little bit, touch it a little bit more? So I said, okay, I'm going to hit the scores today. That's what I'm going to do. I gave the person my word. I said, I will hit college basketball today. I'm going to give you all the scores today for college basketball. Then I'm going to get into some college basketball news, NFL, and NBA. So let's get into it right now. Indiana, Hoosiers, and Purdue, 55-45. Purdue, and Oklahoma State and West Virginia. This is a good game. Oklahoma State 72, West Virginia 71. Now, I don't have my NCAA bubble done yet. I'm still working on it. But I hope my Syracuse Orangemen gets in. I really do. I'm a big Syracuse Orangemen fan. I hope we can find a way to get in. Alabama, they're up 80-72 over Georgia. And Villanova, they're over Providence 32-44. Notre Dame beat Florida State 83-73. And Kentucky, they beat South Carolina 92-64. And Indiana State and Loyola Chicago 65-49 Chicago. And the games we got later on, number 4, Illinois versus Ohio State. You got Butler versus Creighton. And Texas A&M versus Arkansas. And Duke versus North Carolina. I never thought I would be able to see this day. Duke is 11-10, and North Carolina is 15-9. North Carolina is doing okay. They're doing okay. Now, will they get into the big dance? They should. They should. I don't know about Duke. I think Duke's gonna be on the outside looking in. So I like Duke. I like what they're doing. I am a big fan of Duke. But whatever is going on at Duke, it has to get fixed real fast. Because you don't want to see great schools not enter the big show, the big dance. So hopefully next year things will be better, things will turn around for Duke and Kentucky as well. We know Kentucky, they're not doing as hot neither. I'm kind of disappointed and kind of upset that they're playing like this. And it just baffles me to see how good that these teams were. Now they're not performing as they were. So I'm also going to hit the women's also. I'm going to do that right now. A great lady wanted me to hit the ladies. Hey, I talked to a lot of people, and I didn't realize I wasn't talking much about college basketball, even on the women's side. So I'm going to get the women's scores as well. Right now, Villanova, this is the Big East Tournament quarterfinals. Villanova has 37. DePaul has 36. Penn State, 34. Maryland, 48. And Syracuse, 59. And Louisville, 72. And UConn, 77. And St. John's, 41. This is the Big East Tournament quarterfinals. And let's go to the Summit League Championships. Omaha, 52. South Dakota State, 40. Almost done. Indiana, 74. Purdue, 59. And let's just keep on going to SEC Women's quarterfinals. This game should be good. Georgia versus Texas A&M. That game is at 3 o'clock on ESPNU. And this should be another good game here. But it's going to be a beating. I'm so sorry. I feel sorry for Kansas Jayhawk ladies. Baylor, they're going to whoop them. Tennessee and South Carolina should be an interesting game here. They play at 5:30. And Missouri State and Evansville, that should be a pretty good game to watch. So keep your eyes on that game. But let's just keep on going. I want y'all to watch this Alabama and Georgia game. 80-82-74 with 2 minutes and 5 seconds left. I've seen stranger things happen. I've seen teams come back and whoop you. So college basketball, please be better next season. Please be better next season. Please. But in the SEC in college basketball, Arkansas, LSU, Alabama, they shocked me. I didn't think Alabama would be where they are today. I thought we was going to have a kind of up and down season, but you know what? Alabama is playing really well. I wonder how far they could go this year, how far LSU can go, how far Arkansas can go this year. So keep your eyes on those 3 teams. In ladies basketball, I'm a big Tennessee Vols fan. I love the Tennessee Vols. I love the right pick is UConn. Everybody's going to pick UConn, but not me. I don't tend to go with everybody else. I tend to stay with the teams that I like, and that is the Lady Vols. I'm a big fan of the Lady Vols. Also, Michigan State ladies, I watch those. So college basketball is my thing, but I just feel college basketball is not where it should be this year. It just had a different feel, a different feeling in college basketball. So I hope college basketball as a whole, it can get back to where it once was. Because let me tell you something. I looked forward every day to a great college basketball game. Now, especially Duke and North Carolina, I used to run to that TV. Every time those 2 teams play, I would run to the TV just to watch them play. Now, guess what? It's not like that anymore. I glanced through it. I'm like, it's not the same. Maybe next year, we can get college basketball and get these fans in the stadiums. I think that's a problem because a lot of people They vibe off the fans. We see a lot of people, especially players, when they look up in the stands and they don't see nobody, their game kind of falls back. Because they're so used to having the fans in the arena. So hopefully we can get everybody back next season to the full house. I sure hope so. And also one more thing before I get to college football. I'm trying to think of the head coach that said to get back to the plantation. He should be fired. Because that shouldn't ever came out of his mouth. That should have never came out that coach's mouth. I think he should get fired for that. I really do. I really think he should get fired. That's just me. So let's creep on into some college football scores that is going on right now. Just right now. It's not the football that some people don't watch. Honestly, I thought college football starts in September. That goes to show you I don't know everything, and I don't try to know everything. But let's get you to a few scores right now. Let's pull it up right now. But I'm going to tell you right now who to watch out for. I forgot to say this team a few days ago. I'm going to go on a limb, okay? And I'm going to say Tennessee. I want to give Tennessee the benefit of the doubt right now. They have to find a way to get over the hump. So let's get you to some coach firing right now. The Tennessee Vols, they fired Kevin Steele less than 2 months after hiring. I'll say it again. Tennessee has fired Kevin Steele, and the longtime coach could be paid up, his money for the job. He has 7 weeks. He was fired Tuesday without cause. He was given until Friday to turn in any university property still in his possession. Tennessee hired the former Auburn defensive coordinator on January 12th when Jeremy Pruitt remained the head coach. But Pruitt was fired January 18th. So he will be paid out monthly through January 31st, 2023. He is required to try to get a job that will help him ease how much Tennessee has to pay him. Whoa. That's crazy to get fired like that. That is crazy. Who knows what happened? Who knows? I don't know what happened yet because it came across my my sports screen. But I'm gonna stick with Tennessee because I've always been a big fan of Tennessee. I'm not a diehard Tennessee fan, but I like to see Tennessee finally move over the hump. I picked Georgia the other day on Unscripted because I'm scared of Georgia. I really am. It's something about Georgia that I like. But can they get over the hump? As long as Alabama, and I'm going to say this, as long as Alabama is in the front seat, Georgia is not going to see the daylight. It's just not going to happen because Alabama is that school that everyone wants to knock off. Yeah, Clemson done it. But what did Alabama do? Alabama didn't make no excuses. Alabama did not do that. Alabama kept going. They kept going. Remember that. They kept going. So how far can Alabama go this year? I'm excited for the start of the season. I can smell it in the air. I don't know if y'all can, but I can. I can smell it. It's coming. It's getting close, folks. It's getting really, really close. So let's give you some news, right? Because some top headlines right now that's going on right now. So Arizona Hoops Oh, they have 5 level 1 violations. Garza Cunningham among finalists for the Wooden Award. And Yukon Bucker's the only freshman on the Wooden list. Oh, man, that's pretty good. The only freshman. And Embiid, he donates ASG money to homeless shelters. Another good thing. He has a very big heart, Mr. Joel Embiid. And I hope he can remain in the MVP race. And also James Harden, not to get off. I'm a big Joel Embiid fan. When he's healthy, he's a monster. He's a monster. Only when healthy. But when he's not healthy, I don't know. I don't know what he is when he's not healthy. But let's get into some NBA news. NBA news. Let me tell you, LaMelo Ball. I didn't think for a minute that this guy would be good. I had my doubts. But here's the question. Should Charlotte build around LaMelo Ball? Honestly, I think they should. I really think they should. Because this man is going to be a superstar in the making in the next few years. This man is good. He really is. And I love to see these young players play their hearts out every game. I love it. I love to see that. You know, he's a very good player. So, yeah, if I was the Hornets, I would build around him. I would put my pieces around him. Not only make him a great player, you can bring the fans back. You can bring joy back to that stadium. Charlotte is a great place. I've been there. It's a very nice place. The fans are great. So if I was the Charlotte Hornets, I would build around him right now. Don't wait. Don't wait till he's 10 years into the NBA to work around him. Do it now. Put extra pieces around this guy now. So let's give you some top headlines in the NBA. Conley, he replaces injured Booker with an All-Star game. Blake Griffin and the Pistons agreed to a buyout. So I wonder where he's heading to. Maybe LA. Maybe go to the Lakers. And the NBA finds Mitchell and Garbert for criticizing the refs. That happens every day. That happens every day. And the Hawks, Hunter, steps up rehab. Returns still unsure. LeBron James takes Guinness in the first All-Star. I'm not a big fan of the All-Star game now. I love the All-Star game in the past. Back in the day when it was good, when it was worth watching. Now, these guys, it's not the same as it once was before. You know, see, now the All-Star game is nothing but a show. These guys aren't playing their hearts out in the All-Star game like they once did. Now it's all for show. So let's get into the standings right now while I have time. In the East, we're going to start in the East first. I'm going to give you 1 through 8. Okay, that's it. 1 through 8. The East and the West. Number 1 is the Philadelphia 76ers. Number 2, the Brooklyn Nets. Number 3, Milwaukee Bucks. Number 4, the Boston Celtics. Here's my surprise right here. But I picked this team to be my dark horse. Number 5, the New York Knicks. Number 6, the Miami Heat. Number 7, Charlotte Hornets. And number 8, Toronto Raptors. So let's go to the West. Let's go to the West. Oh, man, my Pistons look horrible. 10-26. Oh, we're horrible. To the West. It's tight in the West. It is very, very tight in the West. The Utah Jazz, 27-9. The Phoenix Suns, 24-11. Another surprise right there. LA Lakers, 24-13. The Clippers, right under them, 24-14. Trailblazers, 21-14. The Denver Nuggets, 21-15. San Antonio Spurs, 18-14. And the Dallas Mavericks, 18-16. Oh, look at Golden State, everybody. They're 19-18. Oh man. And oh man, I'm so sorry, Golden State. I'm sorry. But that's how the West is. The West is really, really, really crazy. You could be in first place Monday. By the time you wake up, you may be in sixth place in the West. So let's get into baseball, everybody. I'm done talking about basketball. Let's get into some baseball. Baseball is starting to kick up. And let me tell you something, guys. Let me tell you something. I'm a Yankees fan. But listen to me well. The Padres, the Dodgers, Yankees, Atlanta. Watch those teams. The Mets. Watch them. The Chicago White Sox. They're young and they're hungry. Keep your eyes on the Chicago White Sox. That is my team to watch. The Chicago White Sox. I'm telling you, watch them play. Watch them. Atlanta Braves, keep your eyes on them. Keep your eyes on them. But the Dodgers, I can see the Dodgers going back. Now, do I see the Dodgers winning? I don't know. I have to watch a few games to see how far they should go. You know, I wasn't a LA Dodger fan. Now I am. I am a LA Dodger fan as of today, and I will stay one. But them are my teams to watch for. But my main team to watch will be the Chicago White Sox. I have grown to like them also throughout the years, but it's something different about this team. Maybe they're young and they're hungry. They're ready to play. I'm telling you, baseball will be interesting to watch this year. So let's just keep on going while I got time. The NFL, you know, it's a big story. It's the NBA. It's the NFL like the NBA. It could be, in the trade world. It could be. I think these guys should be able to say where they want to go. I think so. But the owners, they want to control everything. So I'm just saying, what if Russell Wilson wants out? Are you going to force him to stay in Seattle? I know he's calling everybody out, but the man, if the man doesn't want to be there, he's going to be a cancer in the locker room. He will be a cancer in that locker room. So why not let him go? Why not let the man go? He doesn't want to be there at all. So with him just stand there, he told you the team he wants. But Chicago, yeah, they got a good defense. I see why, but he needs an offense. He really does. He really does. Chicago needs an offense. So does Russell Wilson. He wants to go to New Orleans. He don't mind going to New Orleans. The Raiders, I don't know what's up with the Raiders part, but them are the team he said he wants to go. Let's just keep going, everybody. I like this. The Jets, will they trade Sam Darnold? Absolutely. But I don't know when. I don't know when. But I have a feeling they will trade him. Now, who are they going to get? They're going to get a quarterback. But what quarterback are they going to get? Who are they going to get? Who would fit the Jets system? Who will fit their system? Will Justin Fields fit it? The guy from BYU? Or will they just say, hey, we will get a wide receiver, but we'll keep Sam Darnold? We don't know what the Jets are going to do, but they're not going to help New England out at all. No, that's not going to happen. By any means, that's not going to happen. So the Jets could go so many ways with this. Will they trade down? I'm telling you, if I was Atlanta, I would get Justin Fields or Najee Harris. What Todd Gurley's giving you? What Todd Gurley's going to give you? Tell me that. What is Todd really going to give you in Atlanta? He's not going to give you nothing. He's not going to give you anything. What are they going to give you? That's what I'm saying. If I was Atlanta, I think Najee Harris is worth the pick. I can see him going in the first round. What about Denver? Denver could make some noise. They need a quarterback. I don't know why people think. I haven't heard nobody say that Denver is high on Drew Luck, because if they were on their needs, they wouldn't say they need a quarterback. You think the Broncos are going to pass up on an opportunity to get a great quarterback in this draft class? No. But here's my question of the day before I go. Here's my question. Who will be the bust in this draft class? I'm telling you, it's going to be two busts. Two of them. Maybe three, but I'm going with two for right now. I'm not going to reveal their names. But one is a quarterback. One is a quarterback, and they will be a bust. All the NFL will see when I tell you the name next week. Don't get mad at me. I can tell you 10 reasons. We're going to do that next week. I'm going to tell you the reason why I think this guy will be a bust, and the other guy too. The other guy is a cornerback. He will get beat. I'll put a hint out to you. He got beat a lot of times. But people overlooked that. But I didn't. I didn't overlook it. I seen it. So how this guy is the best corner in the draft? So we're going to watch out for that next week, folks. But I think I covered everything. I really did. But I will say this in closing. Again, I see the Brooklyn Nets and the LA Lakers going to the finals. And on the next show, pretty soon, switch a few things up. And I'm going to bring it to you like I'm doing now. But even better, I think everybody could be better at what their content is. So, but I want to thank everybody for listening. And again, keep my good friend Bobby Hicks and his family in y'all's prayers today. Very, like I said, very great guy, very, very great friend of mine. That's very, very sad news, but just keep him in your prayers. And remember, like, subscribe on YouTube, Big Shaw Sports on YouTube. So thank y'all guys for listening, and y'all have a safe day. And do this. Put that mask on. Thank you very much.
You're listening to the Big Shaw Sports Report on Northeast Streaming Sports.